next person I want to introduce to you is Fatima, and I've been communicating with Fatima for a while. And yesterday, before she came, her 7-year-old son was ill, but she thought that this is so important. She did what she thought was best to secure the health of her child, but she still wanted to be here, and I really appreciate just the effort that and the integrity that it takes to put even your personal life aside to share with the larger world the importance of what is going on, that we can make a difference. Thank you, Fatima.
Thank you so much. Don't make me cry. I will be strong. I would like to thank again Sister CREEN for her effort and her group. I appreciate so much all the people who have concern about what's going on in Sudan. And I also stay strong, and I have a hope that one day Darfur will come in peace by the will of God and the good people of the world. At the beginning, I wanted to say that this event will be very special for a reason, that is hosting a very special person here, which is the ambassador of Sudan right now. He has been at one point suffering his people in southern Sudan for over 20 years. They were suffering, they were treated in the same way as the Darfurian, and I hope, and I ask him as a human being, to be related to the issue of Darfur in a way that he has been through, and to understand it more than other people who have never been. We cannot talk about Darfur without mentioning the history, and I will go with you a little bit into the history, because Darfur samples the great history of Sudan, as it has been a great kingdom throughout centuries, was strong, well-established, with good ties internationally. It had its own currency before Sudan was a country, until the British people. Still, the Darfurian fought so much, and the Darfur is the last part of Sudan to get under colonization. They fought until they took the independence. Sudan, as they said in the past, is a land of black. It's a country of diverse, where people share the same culture with the slight differences. Darfur, on the other side, the home of four, which is my tribe that I'm proud of, until the last king of Darfur was assassinated in 1916, which is the King Ali Dinar. At that time, Darfur was then added to Sudan, the whole country. The people of North, which are so-called predominantly Arabs, and again, Arab doesn't mean color. As my brother Atayib has said, he's distinguished as Arab. I'm not Arab, but I think we look alike. So I will not say that rebel committed that much crime in Darfur as much as the government of Sudan and Janjaweed did. The rebels were just mad and was a result of this injustice that was going on in Darfur up to now. Again, the government did not follow the rebel as much as they followed the civilian, and the aim is, if you, the African, are fighting us, let us get rid of you in any kind of way. One of the stories that Brother Montosim was saying about Tawila, the people, after they were attacked, some of them, and it's only like 15 or 25 minutes from the capital of Darfur, the biggest capital, Al-Fashir, the government troops could have saved the people, they did nothing. Those who ran to Al-Fashir were thrown back. The government troops told them, go back, civilian with nothing. And that area is desert. Some of them died from thirst and hunger. Children, women, and elderly. That happened in Tawila. Also, I remember this family of a man, his pregnant wife, and an 8-year-old son. They attacked, they raped the woman in front of her husband, they killed the husband, and they cut the wife's face, marked her as their animals, and they told her, from now on, you are our slave, you are just like one of our animals, and you have no God, we are your God. These are just simple examples of what happened when they attacked the village. A lot of profanity when they come. They call people all kind of racist names when they attack. And you can imagine families of large families with a lot of children being attacked when they are sleeping. And you wake up, the whole town or the village is in fire, and you hear helicopters bombing. When you run out, they shoot you. You cannot take all of your children. And this is the oppression, this is the grief that people are suffering, the survivors are suffering from up to now in the camp. They lost so much. They have seen so much. They have been through a lot. And I am hoping that we shouldn't be silent. Something has to happen. When this atrocity was determined to be genocide, and the United States and the United Nations, they acknowledged it as a genocide, there should have been an action, because with genocide there is consequences. They are not doing anything up to now, and you know why, and I'm not going further. In Darfur have taken too many innocent lives. But the international community is missing one point. The Sudanese government has given tremendous chances to solve the problem. They have the money. The money they spend to deceive and cover their crimes could have solved the problem. I'm telling you, the government of Sudan has no intention of solving it. Their intention is to cleanse, to exterminate those people, and that's what they have done. We have over 2 million people in the neighboring countries. Another thing I wanted to mention is that the violence, the hate, the aggression of this government, it didn't only end at Darfur. It went to the neighboring African countries. And I assume the Africans who are in the African Union and they see what's going on against them, and still they are not doing anything. They're supporting this government. Chad has been suffering from the Sudanese government, training people to go and attack and change the government up there. This government is getting into people's business. I don't understand why we listening to their sovereignty. People's lives are more important. If somebody is killing his own family, the police should step in and break the door and take that person. Why are we waiting? One of the last peace agreement was the government has to disarm the Janjaweed. They did not do that. What they did, they sent members from the government of Khartoum to Darfur to tell the leaders of Janjaweed, don't worry, we're just fooling those people. And that's exactly what we're seeing now. That agreement has failed, totally. First of all, wasn't a good agreement, wasn't serving the needs and interests of the Darfurian people, was not done by the agreement of the Darfurian people. If you have people fighting, you have to bring all of them together and get into something that will convince them. You cannot bring African Union and some guy in an Arabic name, which Arabic is a conflict, who will read the agendas of the peace, and you say, okay, we sign. They've been sitting on the table for 2 years. The government of Sudan didn't sign. Why they quickly signed at this last one? Because it's being cooked the way they want. It's not serving the people. And now it's failing. They're killing their partners. Minimina group in Khartoum, they just killed them 3 days ago. They killed them in 2 places. And that's what is going on. What's going on now and what are the last current trends are increase in violence against civilians by military operations, reduced access to humanitarian aid and resources, increase in bureaucratic barriers. People have excuses not to get there. Increased violence against humanitarian workers themselves. A lot of NGOs left Darfur. They cannot get there, and if they are there, they're not safe. We need to work hard to end genocide that has ravaged my homeland for years. I remain confident that one day we will together bring peace to those poor people of Darfur. And I also ask you to keep them in your prayers, and God is the strongest. And God bless all of you. Thank you.